And we're back. So right now I could take this half kayak, put it in the water, and paddle it around. But it would be a wet ride and probably really awkward. Plus, without a deck, it's really just an open canoe, and I'm not building a canoe. Yet. So, we better get started making the deck. Since I removed the forms from the hull at the beginning of the previous episode, the first step on constructing the deck is to hot glue the forms back in. Thankfully, I remembered to tape where the forms were. The process for stripping the deck is exactly the same as the hull. Fit and plane the strips to match the boat's shape, glue and tape or clamp them in place, and repeat. The first couple strips up from the shear needed some tapering to fit the curved shear line at the bow, which was easily done with the pole saw and block plane. These same long strips were beveled to fit the stern chine and then glued at the very end of the boat. Then the process repeated for a while. After the first 2 or 3 strips were in place, I could work on the bow and the stern of the kayak independently, since there's going to be a big hole in the middle of the deck for the cockpit. Along the front of the kayak, I decided to attach one strip in the very center, then fill in the sides. Working the strips to fill in the front of the kayak got a little tricky, since the strips needed both a taper to fit the narrow bow and a bevel on either side for a snug fit into place. This was an iterative process of marking the taper, planing the bevels, checking the fit, and repeating until the strip fit just right. And then gluing the strips into place. Once the glue is cured, then it's time to remove the tape and do it again. And again, and again, and again, and again. and again until the bow is all set. The stern was a little less challenging since it's a lot flatter than the bow. I started out with trimming the deck chine, planing the cut chine for the deck strips, then fitting and gluing more strips into place. With the bow and stern deck done, it's time to move on to stripping the cockpit. The front and sides of the cockpit deck weren't too bad, more of the same fitting, planing, and gluing process. The back of the cockpit is where things got tricky. I designed a curved hump right behind the seat, so stripping this part involved cutting out the curve from the stern deck, beveling the existing strips, then fitting lots of small wedges into place. This was the final part of the deck that I had to build, and it all culminated in the final teeny tiny triangular shaped whiskey strip. And with that, we have most of the deck. I think that should do it for this episode. Up next, we'll be really busy cleaning up and sanding the deck, building the cockpit combing, staining the deck to match the hull, and fiberglassing. Hope you have some coffee ready. Thanks for watching.